What's good, gang, and welcome back to another show with August with the Shade. Y'all, in this episode, we're going to be getting into why Foxy Brown unfollowed Nicki Minaj. Let's get into the tea. Now, it looks like Foxy Brown unfollowed everybody. Of course, she didn't want that smoke with the Barbz, because we all know that Nicki Minaj and Foxy Brown are like best friends, like sisters. You know, Nicki has already referenced Foxy Brown as one of her favorite female rappers.
Come over. What made you like? How she inspired you?
The same way she inspired every other female. I mean, you know what I'm saying? She always held her own with the dudes, you know what I'm saying? And you listen to Foxy Brown with niggas and you never feel like, oh, here comes the female part. You know what I'm saying? She always holds her own and make a nigga want to, you know, rewrite they shit. You know what I'm saying?
She busts niggas' ass on records.
Right, so.
All time, you know, she's always shown love to her, you know, on her birthday, all kind of stuff. Like, she's always shown love to her. Even she even had her on her album Queen, you know what I'm saying, with the song Coco Chanel, even though some people didn't like it, but it's okay. You know, she loved her and she always showed mad love to her. But it's so crazy that every time something happens with Nicki Minaj, I remember in 2018, Foxy Brown went and unfollowed Nicki Minaj and posted something about Cardi B. And I was like, what is this? Like, why would she do that, right? But of course, they made up like sisters do, and they moved on to another, you know what I'm saying, something else. Now that Nicki Minaj has been very vocal about the situation with Rocnation, I think that may be the reason why Foxy Brown unfollowed Nicki Minaj, and I really don't see why that she would act like she has ties to that, because the firm biz, that was in the 90s. Like, yes, you know, you guys were friends, you were 15, he was a grown man taking you and doing all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying, while you were a child. It just seems a little weird to me, but...
Since I was 15 years old, so it was like really getting a divorce. And
I guess sometimes people forget you started very young.
I started at 15, for real, real age.
It
show. I mean, they say we keeping it real. We talking real talk.
Right. No, I mean, for real. Like Jay could tell you, I would go from the studio and he'll have to pick me up from school and take me to the studio.
It happened, right? So I understand why you have so much love towards him. I don't know why it's so, you know, why it's so silent, why you don't really, you aren't able to like be on tour with him and Beyonce. You know, you're like his little sister, right? So I always ask myself, why is Foxy Brown never around Beyonce? Why is she never around the kids? If Jay-Z grew up with this girl or whatever, they had whatever going on back in the day, why is she never around the kids and stuff like that? Like, that is something really to think about. But, you know, she goes and unfollows Nicki Minaj, and I feel like that is the reason why she unfollowed him, because she has so much love for Jay-Z and all of this stuff, right? But of course, Nicki's not going to say anything about her unfollowing her, because why would she? Like, I feel like Nicki Minaj already knows the type of person that Foxy Brown is. You know what I'm saying? There's no shade to, you know, her zodiac sign or anything like that. It's all shade to her character. You know what I'm saying? She has done some snake in the past, you know what I'm saying? And like, I've always, and this is just my opinion, but I've always seen her as a snake, you know what I'm saying? Like, even in the industry, like her attitude, the way that she is, the way that she lied about, because I personally thought that Foxy Brown wrote all of her songs, but I found out that her brother and a couple other people was writing some songs, and whatever, that's cool, you know, because that's what it was back in the day, but it don't stick to me like that. Like, if I had to fall out of love with Lil' Kim because of that, then I have to do the same thing with you. I can't give you an exception, you know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But Foxy Brown really wanted to take Nicki Minaj under her wing, and I feel like Nicki Minaj really kept that loyalty with her, even with the beef with Remy Ma, even with, you know, the beef with Remy Ma and the beef with Lil' Kim, all is because of, you know, Foxy Brown, and that's just my opinion. Of course, they're haters, right? We get that, but it was also because they did not like her. And a lot of people don't like the fact that Nicki Minaj, out of all of the people in the industry, shows love to Foxy Brown. You know what I'm saying? Remy didn't like it, and Lil' Kim didn't like it either, because Lil' Kim had to go to jail for Foxy Brown because of her, you know, all of the stuff that was going on. So personally, I don't feel like, you know, this is okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Nicki always takes up for Foxy, and for a time for her to like beach, this is the time for her to take up for Nicki. This is the time for you to like be there for your sister, quote unquote, right? Like, somebody wrote, Nicki's been bashing Jay-Z for months daily. She says, Foxy posted her brother recently, linked up with Jay-Z in her IG stories. Now, you posted your brother who was writing your songs, and you posted Jay-Z, who do not help you out. You are one of those, I don't even think you have $1 million dollars. Like, no shade. I don't even think that you have millions of dollars like that, because of course we're not even seeing you outside because you're not rocking, you know, fashionable things. You do not look like a celebrity like that. People do not care about you at all. Like, so what are you talking about? Why are you taking up for Jay-Z? I feel like the reason why you're taking up for Jay-Z, and y'all can let me know in the comments, because y'all know y'all can really put in the comments why y'all think that, right? But I think that you know that Nicki, you know that Nicki can say some things that could shake the whole industry up, where you're going to have to be standing on the stand. And listen, and I am going to take my hands off of that. I'm not going to say no more about that, but I think that Foxy knows that she better stay on that side. You know what I'm saying? Like, she knows that she's picking a side, and she better pick that side. That's all I got to say. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think about Foxy Brown and Nicki Minaj's relationship. Do you think that, you know, Foxy should unfollow Nicki Minaj because of, you know, her talking about Jay-Z? Like, her and Jay-Z have their own business deal that you weren't a part of. You weren't relevant enough to even sign a title deal. So what are you even talking about? That's just listen, it's no shade, but we just got to keep calling a spade a spade. So let me know in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. My name is August with the Shade. Bye, y'all.